You know, I really regret not giving Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 the actual shot that it should have been given. Like a lot of people say, that game, came out rough. It, has its rough edges around it, and man, compared to the second one, I really feel like an idiot. I should have gave the first one its chance and really got past that 5 hour mark, you know. I remember getting stuck at a certain point where I was playing as Teresa and I just couldn't do it. Like I was just getting stuck, didn't know how the game mechanics worked whatsoever, and it just felt so janky. But, the game got raved. People loved it. People enjoyed that game. And like I could see it through its flaws and whatnot, but man, KCD2, holy shit. This sets a bar for just anything. It felt like it took me back, to Oblivion, where I felt like I was working on something and it was rewarded and I felt great and I felt like I was getting those levels and I was earning what I needed, to be better at swords and then getting that level up. It takes it back to that for an RPG. It's absolutely insane. And fuck, I have put in 100 hours already and nothing has been story. I've gotten to the point where I'm in a different region and just been there and put in 100 hours doing all the side content. And I still have missions, quests, shit to do. And holy crap, it's constantly just new things, interesting areas. You walk down a path and you find something new and it draws your attention. You go and look at it and you're like, wow, what the fuck is this? And quests, every quest is just fun. Like, I just went and I had to go recently. I wish I recorded it, didn't, like an idiot, but I went into a chapel and I needed to recover a sword. Went in there and I ran into this monk, needed help. Went and did all, like, took these bones and skulls and put them in stacks, whatever, and then fell into a crypt. Went in there, found the sword, came back, and like it's just weird shit. Dude's not actually alive. He's dead. He's a ghost. It's just super interesting and completely different and fun and refreshing. I'm not even fighting. I'm just moving shit, getting good dialogue, and just it feels good. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying like the time of being in this world, looking at shit, enjoying, and it feels real. It feels like a breath of fresh air, like I'm having this open world, playing as a knight, enjoying the story and what it is. It just feels so authentic, and you can feel the 7 years of development in this game. You can feel the passion, you can feel them having fun making this game. It's not just another cash grab. It's not, I'm not getting the instant gratification of like, start the game fast. We're moving through. I'm doing the story. I'm fighting. It's just that it's like no, I feel like I'm watching an HBO TV show and basically just breathing in the story, taking it in, and just enjoying what Henry's doing, what Hans is doing, what all these new characters are doing, and building up to this climatic fight or war or conflict. Just the if you're not dragged in and feeling like you want to play more story within the first like couple hours, that's the issue. Is what I mean by instant gratification is that people want that thing that just pulls you in right away. This is a slow burn in the beginning. It's 5 hours. You get into it 5 hours and you're like, all right, you know, I'm here. It's building up. Henry and Hans are trying to deliver a letter, and you're just you're in it for the story because a lot of twists and turns happen, and it's fucking awesome. But yeah, I mean, shit, this game, it's really blown my like mind with what it is and how crazy, within 7 years they can do this. If the new Elder Scrolls, it has like the bare minimum of what this game has, the crafting, the leveling up, what you basically can do in the game. If I'm not in the game and I'm feeling like how Oblivion was, you walk through that game and you feel like, holy shit, this world feels real. The NPCs are doing stuff. They're walking around. They're living a daily life. Like, you can sit there in Kingdom Come and watch someone do their fucking from 9 a.m. all the way till like 5 when they finish their day. You can watch them do stuff all day and then go back home and sleep. You're like, oh wow, they're actually doing something. They're not just standing there. It's not like Starfield where they're just walking around aimlessly, or what Avowed is doing, where the NPCs literally are on a loop, on a track, walking around, doing jack shit. This feels real. The world feels great. It feels like an authentic place that you are going through and you have an impact. Things change at the decisions you make. You can persuade people to do things. You just feel like you're actually playing this knight, this character. And I thought that Rogue Trader was going to be my game. Like, I dumped in the hours and I was having a good time for, an RPG, strategy RPG, obviously. But yeah, Kingdom Come it's insane. I mean, I'm not even close in the story. The story I think is like 60 hours. I'm maybe 10 hours deep, and I'm just going through all the side content and I'm having a good time doing that. And the story is, it's there. It's fucking great. But the world has me more by the balls, I guess. And I can't stop talking about it. I can't stop, thinking about it. I'll wake up and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna play this for a couple hours. It's great. It's insane. And it takes me back to when I was a kid playing Oblivion or Morrowind, where, those games were groundbreaking at the time. And it feels like games now have, I guess, regressed into not, living up to that anymore. It's the graphical comparisons. Everyone wants graphics. They want things to look pretty, but that's not what makes an RPG. It's what puts your character, puts you in that character, in that world, and you feel like you're making a difference. You feel like you're having an actual impact on this world. And most of those other games don't. Like, Assassin's Creed has become an RPG game. I don't feel like I'm making an impact. Like, yeah, I'm changing shit by doing all the base building that they allowed and whatnot, but this feels like every decision I make is making a difference. It's making people, view me different. The reputation system is crazy how it like works, because there's perks that help it, I guess, go into other towns, because towns have different ways that they view you. You can have a perk that obviously goes and spreads to other places to people know you. So when you walk past people, they recognize who you are. They understand like you're a good guy or if you're a piece of shit. It's just things like that that make it feel like you are doing something. You are a good person or you're a bad person, and you walk as a knight or you walk as an outlaw. That's just kind of how it is. And man, I feel like I'm back in Oblivion. It gives me that feeling of making an impact. I'm actually playing an RPG. And props to the studio. These guys, I cannot wait for them to take over the AAA design of an RPG. Everyone, I know that 2 million copies have been sold, so a lot of people are playing this, but this should change the standard for most RPGs. This blows everything out of the water at this point. And I'd be damned if this company doesn't skyrocket. I mean, 2 million copies already is absurd for this. So, I mean, props to them. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about this game, but people need to play it. It's not something that should be just kind of like thrown under the radar and nobody touches or whatnot. But yeah, man, I don't know what else to fucking say. Like, I can give examples of certain things. There are parts in the game, like quests. Like, I had to go and do like I think it was a night. It was like a duel. I was doing duels, competitions, a tournament for a house. The swordsman was supposed to take over. I had to compete for him. And that story alone right there is better than anything that Starfield had going for it. And that game is made by Bethesda. Those guys are massive, and they can't even give the bare minimum of what this is. One little story was more interesting than anything in Starfield. That says something. You can feel the passion in this, and I really think people need to check this out. I have nothing else that I can say about this other than people need to go and check this out. They need to see this as like the standard of RPG at this point. And Bethesda really needs to check their shit. I mean, at this point, they're giving us half-assed games. It's the same with Assassin's Creed. It's half-assed. I hate comparing that's an RPG now, but they have gone to that scope of being an RPG. It's not like how 1 through 3 and Black Flag were. And we'll see how that is too. Never know with Black Flag if they're gonna remaster that and that just gets put into the shit with microtransactions and whatnot. Man, a lot of AAA companies have just been fucking up, and it shows compared to this and compared to other game studios that have passion for what they're doing. Just shows the difference, and it's either a cash grab or a passion project. I would hope to God that people are going for the passion project games, where these studios are putting everything that they have into this because they like playing games like this. Bethesda at this point has become like a husk of what it used to be. Same with Avowed, and I'm not going to play Avowed. There is not a single thing that draws me to that game. Yeah, it's in the Pillars of Eternity world, and I appreciate all of Pillars of Eternity. I think those are great games, but the translation from those games to Avowed and what I've seen, it it's like a step in the wrong direction, and they just don't know what they're doing anymore. And Obsidian's just a husk of what it used to be. None of those guys are there anymore. I don't know who the hell is in Obsidian, and it makes me not excited for Outer Worlds. I really liked Outer Worlds 1. Thought it was a good game, and I was hoping that 2 would go into that same direction, but it's just missing, that New Vegas group. Those guys killed it. I still think they're better than any of the Fall games that have come out recently. It's just shitty because I think we all thought that we were going into that direction of, hey, these games are going down the path of like, man, what's going to come out in 5 years? What's going to come out in 10 years? And look at where we're at now. It's regressed. And then we get these one-hit games, not one hit, but you know what I mean. These games that come out every once in a blue moon, where it's like, fuck, we are at that point. We have gone to that point where like we're getting those games, but it's just one. When it could be all these AAA studios, they have all this money that they could put into games to make like a KDC 2, but with the budget of a AAA studio, it's absurd. But this is basically my little rant, 100 hours into KCD 2. I hope people appreciate this video and give the game a shot. I have fallen in love with this game. Can't stop talking about it. It's amazing. Hands down, up in my top 10. I would say that I'm hoping that this game remains game of the year for me, at least so far. We haven't gotten much. It's what, 2 months in. And if it starts out this year with this type of game, I'm hoping that the rest that come out can follow suit. Obviously, we know Assassin's Creed ain't gonna be shit, so. But yeah, please, if you like this video, like, sub, whatnot, give us a shout out, something. But yeah, alright guys, I will check you out in the next video, and yeah, see you.